Hi there. This is Kathleen Rendelia with Brandon's House Counseling Center, and I just got my cooking things ready to go. Have you guys made dinner yet? Or are you a late eater at your house? Well, today I made dinner, and I will say I kind of cheated a little bit. It was a hamburger helper, simple, but you know, everybody was happy, so it worked out. Well, today we're going to be talking about our strengths, and we're going to get into a little bit of what you can do to increase your strengths to help your mental health and your stress overall in life. But first, if you don't know, I'm Kathleen Rendelia. I am the director at Brandon's House Counseling Center, and I don't always wield a spoon. Sometimes I am working as therapist at Brandon's House, which is a nonprofit counseling center in New Albany, Indiana. We are unique because we provide free counseling for teens and their families. That's right, it's free, no cost at all to our families, and we are completely supported by the community too. So we don't take tax dollars or government funding or things like that. We have a few small local grants, but the rest of the time we depend on donations from individuals like you and from some businesses, as well as our fundraisers that we do throughout the year. So we're trying to get the word out as much as possible about what we have going on throughout the week so that people can help participate in Brandon's House and support it, as well as get the information out to individuals who may need the services of Brandon's House. So first off, before we go farther, if you're able to like or share this post, it really will help us to get that message out. So just go ahead and click that share button. And you know, we really appreciate all of our loyal followers who tune in every week. And you know, some of you, I realize things come up. Brad, I know you're not watching right now, but I hope you're watching later. But you know, I thank you for taking the time out of your week to tune in, see what's going on at Brandon's House, and hopefully find something that could help you in your week to maybe be a little bit less stressed. So at Brandon's House right now, what do we have going on? Well, we started our first group back this last Friday. We haven't had a group going for quite some time, especially with COVID and things like that. So we now have a group going on that is a blend of traditional therapy as well as music therapy. That's right, we have a music therapy program going on right now at Brandon's House. So we greatly appreciate actually Kevin Parr, who is the son of Susan Parr, who founded Brandon's House, is our music therapist at the moment. So, you know, if you know somebody who might be interested in participating in music therapy, let us know. That is a service that's available, again, for free at Brandon's House for our teens. Also, we have our auction coming up, and we are still collecting donation items for that. So we're looking at unique things or gift baskets or certificates for, you know, girls' night out, all sorts of things like that. But basically, anything that you would spend money on, chances are your friends and the rest of the community would also. So if you're able to, donating items is really easy. You can stop by our office, you can message us and let us know when you're able to stop by. Also, we will be having 2 drop-off times, one in July and one in August, that will give you a heads up when we are closer to those dates, that you'll be able to just swing by. We'll come out to your car and get it, whatever it is that you're donating. So we want to make it as easy as possible. Our auction itself will be in August, and it's all online. So you can bid throughout the whole week. It's similar to how it would work for, say, eBay. So you bid, then you go back and you look and see if you still have the item or if you need to up your bid a little bit, if it's a really popular thing. And you just keep going until end of the week when it closes out. Remembering though that unlike eBay, all the money you spend is supporting Brandon's House and the teens that need our mental health services there. So again, we have that going on. We also are preparing for our 5K run in October and an open house as well. So we've got some different things happening. If you are interested in volunteering to help us in planning any of our fundraisers, you can message us, go to our website and complete a volunteer form. We would love to hear from you. All right, so what are we talking about today? Well, like I mentioned earlier, I enjoy some cooking. Now, today's menu was a quick and easy hamburger helper, but I do enjoy making things that are a little bit more complicated as well. If I was ever asked things that I might be good at, I would probably say that cooking is one of them. But you know what? There's definitely space for improvement in that area. Now, why do I talk about that? Because in therapy, we often focus on our strengths. And that might surprise some people because often people think you go to counseling and you're focusing on the problem and what you want to fix, things that aren't working for you. But in therapy, we find that when you focus on the things that do work for you well, that you're already good at, that give you energy and you're enthusiastic about, it helps you to overcome the challenges that you might face. So therefore, building on our strengths can be a very effective way of dealing with mental health issues. So what strengths do you have? There are all sorts of strengths out there. Some things may be things that we fall into more of like a talent area, like say, being good at cooking or drawing or athletics. Others, though, are more personality oriented, being creative, curious, dedicated, respectful, kind, empathetic, all sorts of things there, assertive. There's all sorts of different strengths that we have. And like I said, some might be baby strengths and some might be all grown up. And we have to look at those and say, what can we do to encourage that growth in those strengths? So what are some things that maybe you say, okay, this is something that I do feel like is good for me, something I'm good at, but I could definitely improve on it. And it's not bragging. You are recognizing things that you are gifted with, that you have as a strength. That is not something that is a problem. I want you to say, yeah, I am a really confident person. Or, you know what, I am very good at problem solving or organizing. Who knows what it might be for you. But think about that. Keep that in your head. Maybe put it out in our comments section so you're really clear it's right in front of you. So first thing is you want to maybe think a little bit more about whatever strength that you've identified. And I'm going to use cooking just because it's simple, okay? But sometimes the process might be a little bit more complex. But for example, if I say cooking, the first step is researching it and learning a little bit more about it, because you can always learn more. No matter how much you know, you can always learn. And so I can, for researching this, look up different techniques of cooking, new recipes, new ingredients, maybe new cooking equipment. There's all sorts of different things I could do, right? So researching it is going to help me realize my current level of cooking a little bit better. Is it a baby strength, a big strength? It's also going to help me to understand areas that I could grow in my strength. Then after I've researched my strength a little bit more, I want to actually, have a little bit of patience, because in researching it, I might have decided, oh wow, I do have all this area I could grow, and I could try and speed up and go really fast and do all these things. But the fact is that most growth takes time. It happens a little bit at a time in little tiny steps. So the second thing I need to do is be patient with that growth for myself, right? Then after that, good to think about a little bit more, again, what goals I wanted to achieve. So when I was researching it at the beginning, I may have said, okay, the next thing I want to do in cooking is I really want to be very good at baking bread. How many of you all got into bread baking last year, right? So yeah, I might say I really want to make an awesome sourdough bread. So if I want to do that, what do I have to do? And I'm going to break it down into steps and goals. We've talked a lot about goals setting before. We know that our goals need to be measurable, so something that I can say exactly what I'm trying to achieve. It also has to be something that's realistic, and it needs to be broken down into manageable steps. So after I do that, then I can actually come to the mental side of it, and that is I want to believe that I can do this. I want to be positive. Think positively about myself in developing my strength, because, all strengths that we have to develop, and it takes time, and there may be some failures in those developments. Just because I might have a recipe that didn't work right doesn't mean that I can't bake. Doesn't mean that that's not a strength. I can't question that. I have to look at that growth process, and that there is going to be a learning curve, because just because it's a strength doesn't mean I'm perfect at it. So after I have researched it, reminded myself of the realistic aspect that I need to be patient, growth takes time, and then set some good goals and start working towards them, I need to be positive in my self-talk and moving forward in that. So as you do these things, you're going to notice, though, that your strengths become stronger and more apparent in your life. And when you're looking at strengths that are confidence and creativity and empathy or patience, things like that, you're going to notice that they affect different areas of your life as well. Your relationships, it will be more apparent to you. Your work, it's going to be more obvious that, oh, hey, yeah, that confidence and that assertiveness I'm taking on. Or if you're a teacher, maybe, increasing your already apparent present, or sorry, my tongue's getting twisted there. Your already obvious patience is going to only increase your ability to deal with children in the classroom and things like that. So, you're going to notice as your strengths are becoming your focus, that some of your frustrations in life maybe decrease a little bit more. And that's kind of the idea when we work with individuals in therapy, is as we're working on your strengths, you're going to have more tools in place to help you when you face challenges. And the better you know how to use your tools, the more equipped you will be when you do face those challenges. So basically, this week I want you to think a little bit more about the strengths you do have, and pick just one that you want to work on developing a little bit more. And maybe just do the first step this week. Research it a little bit. If you're feeling really gung-ho, you can move forward into thinking a little bit more about those goals and how you want to develop that strength, and taking some of those first steps as well. I hope that you have a positive week, though. And remember, at Brandon's House, that we do have our auction coming up, and we are looking for those donation items. We're going to be starting to knock on some doors of businesses in the community, so you might get to see some of our staff face to face soon. But you don't have to wait for us to come to you. If you are interested in donating, please give us a call, message us, email, however you want. We might not get the smoke signals, but otherwise we are really available for communicating. So I hope you have a great week, and remember, you do have strengths, and you can increase them to help you throughout your week when you're facing the challenges. I know you can do it. Take care.